The vault is open. You're listening to The Haunted Headlines, your source for the stories making waves in the paranormal news. Sponsored by Ghostvillage.com at www.ghostvillage.com/news.
Good evening, I'm Chris Balzano, and you're listening to The Haunted Headlines, Ghostvillage's weekly tour on the paranormal newswire in search of the biggest stories affecting the ghostly community. Paranormal investigators are trying to do the right thing and not getting rewarded for it. This week has marked 3 investigative groups going before city councils to get permission to enter properties to look for ghosts, but one has been denied and the others have not yet heard back from their respective towns. First, the Advertiser-Tribune out of Seneca County, Iowa, reports the Buckeye State Paranormal and Haunting Investigator Group requested to look for spirits in the county's vacant courthouse. Their request has not yet been processed, but the group is hopeful they will be allowed into the location and built their argument on a solid "We Are Scientists" foundation. Oddly enough, the article ran next to another talking about sides fighting over who would have the rights to renovate the building. The Sand Mountain Reporter out of Albertville, Alabama, is claiming another group, the North American Paranormal Research Society, is making a similar request for a cemetery in their town. They are looking to gather as much information as they possibly can. While these types of reports are encouraging, another town has denied a request for an investigation. On the heels of the denial late last month out of Salem, Massachusetts, the Chicago Tribune is reporting the Board of Supervisors in Newton, Iowa, has said the paranormal group Mid-Iowa Paranormal may not stay in the county's old retirement home. The group, led by Robert Sinclair, was asking to stay the night of March 21st, but the board denied him, citing the dangerous conditions of the building. In perhaps the most disturbing story to hit the haunted headlines ever, caffeine may be linked to hallucinations and may be the source of many paranormal reports. According to a new study of the University of Durham reported by Sky News, the more instant coffee you drink, the more likely you are to produce the hormone cortisol, which has been known to cause audio and visual anomalies. In the study, 200 students were surveyed, and the link is not a case of cause and effect quite yet. According to one of the co-authors of the report, Dr. Charles Fernhow, quote, one interpretation may be that those students who were more prone to hallucinations used caffeine to help cope with their experiences, he said. In other words, the hallucinations were seen as the effect of stress or exhaustion. This does, however, make a strong link between stress and seeing things, although it does not appear to account for there actually being a such thing as ghosts. The most interesting result of the study may be the confirmation that 3% of the world's population regularly hears voices. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's Haunted Headlines. You can read these stories and more at Ghost Village's news site at www.ghostvillage.com/news. Till next week, I'm Chris Balzano, and that's what's haunting me.